that needs this information. Okay. Hey loves, hey loves, hey. We are live, and this is all things mastery broadcast live. I am your host, educator. Peace, Mr. Ford. Venus, I am an expert self-mastery mentor and educator. I've been teaching for the better part of 15 years now. I'm also a best-selling self-published author, an Army veteran mother, Lovey, which is AKA for grandma. And I am here to give y'all another mastery lesson that is going to, let's say it, going to elevate your life in many, many ways. Because if you know how to do better, eventually you will do better once you take that next step. Junebug, how are you, my love? Hi. So peace to my YT family, my FB family, and of course my TikTok family. As you know, listen. If this works by an exchange, I'm communicating with you and you are communicating with me. This works by you commenting, sharing, liking the live, because it's about to go down. Peace, Richard. How are you, my love? Where you been hiding? Junebug. I live in Thailand right now. I am currently in Thailand. And guess what we're going to be talking about this evening, my love? So engage, okay? This is how we do. Language. Right? Let me ask y'all a question. And y'all need to be honest. This works with transparent honesty. Are you on the West Coast? I'm in Thailand. I'm not even in the United States, Junebug. I'm all the way in Thailand, across the water. Okay, listen, I want to ask y'all a question. Let's get serious now for a bit. Just a little bit. Hi, Elva. I haven't seen your face in a little minute. Mr. Ford, thank you so much for sharing the live. How you doing, love? How you doing? So I want to ask a question. Y'all know I like asking questions. I like to provoke your intelligence. I like to provoke you stepping outside of your square. Okay? So the question is your everyday language and internal dialogue in alignment with what you desire to experience or create? Did y'all hear me? Cuzzo, thank you so much for sharing the live. Infinite gratitude. Is your everyday language? We're talking about awareness, right? We're talking about mastering self. We're talking about creating our desired reality, which in turn means we're talking about creating the experiences that we want to live, which is absolutely possible if you are under my mentorship. So is your everyday language and internal dialogue in alignment with what you want to experience and what you want to desire? We're talking about your language is effing you up. Your language is hurting you. And I'm about to give you the teachings, tips, tools, and techniques so you can start changing the way you talk. Not only to others, but changing the way you talk to yourself. Why? Because it matters. It absolutely matters. Why? Because it is shaping your reality. So in this masterclass, this Wednesday, we're going to be talking about reclaiming the power of your words, frequency, identity to create the life that you love, the life that you desire, and whatever you wish to experience. You're going to learn that language is programming. Language is spell work, my loves. And please don't pay no attention if I'm looking to the left or to the right or to the middle, because I am streaming on 3 platforms. Why? Because we want to reach as many people that want the help as possible. Ashe. So come on, answer the question. I haven't seen anybody answer the question yet. And let's be honest, because this is how we get real with ourselves. This is how we change things. Your internal dialogue. Hi, Danae. How are you, my love? Hi. What's up, sis? Is your everyday language or your internal dialogue, your internal dialogue in alignment with what you want, right? Let's start there. What are your conversations? Language is power. Language is frequency. The frequency of language. We're going to be talking about cymatics. We're going to be talking about the Emoto water study. We're going to be talking about 3 ways language affects you. And oh my goodness, y'all want to stick around because y'all need to understand this. Sis, I need alignment. Let's go. Yes. This is the type of engagement I like. Okay. This is how we actually accelerate our desires, right? When we unite, when we are in line on the same frequency. So I'm telling you, this is not just for me, this is you. So participate, my loves. That's all. So, first things first, how many of you know in order to do anything, you need to understand what that thing is, right? In order to do anything, you need to have a deeper understanding of what that thing is. And what is it that we're doing? We want to do what? Create more wealth, create different streams of income. We want to scale our businesses. We want to form romantic relationships, platonic relationships, healthy friendships, opportunities. You understand what I'm saying? We want to vacation. We want to experience life, and we want to experience in all the blissful abundance, okay? Instead of doing the very opposite, which many of us are doing. We experience an abundance of hell, destruction, dysfunction, and all of the other. Whereas Jai, how are you, my love? Right, Chef? Right, Chef? So we're going to be getting into it. And so what I like to do, as always, is when I'm teaching, I am not a surface level self-mastery mentor and educator. I'm not surface level, because surface level will keep you getting shallow results, bare minimum results. So we go deeper into psychology. We go deeper into the metaphysics. We go deeper into quantum physics. We go deeper into universal laws and principles. Why? Because you need to know this. It doesn't matter what they didn't teach us in school. It doesn't matter what our mamas or our daddies didn't teach us. The only thing that matters now is what we choose to receive, what we choose to consume, okay? Because we're not living in the past no more. We living in today. And today we're going to start being intentional about creating the experiences that we want to create. Ashe, let me get an ashe. Let me get an amen, okay? I'm doing well. How are you loving your new home? I absolutely love it. I just actually set up, well, I'm in the process of setting up my office space. So it's going good. I see the ashes, right? No rhyme, reasons, justifications, or excuses as to why we are not creating the experiences that we want to create. And one of the main reasons why we're not is because we don't have a deeper understanding of who we are, how powerful we are, because we've been told that we are just what? Worker bees. We've been told that we are just our names. We've been told that we are just our accolades and our gender. We've been told all of this foolishness. Baby, but once you decide to take it a step further, this is what we going into. So language, we need to understand it. Mainly because we talk. This is one of the most used forms of communication, talking. And we don't really understand how our language is fucking us up. How our language is hurting us more than it is helping us, and we are going to change that. Gangster, how are you, my love? Right? So let's go into a little bit of history so you can understand, because if you don't know where you've been, if you don't know the conception of something, you don't understand how to rework it and work it for you, right? Misuse of language, where did it come from? Over time. They have distorted and reversed and weaponized the languages to serve their higher purpose. Who's there? Everyone that is helping to design and create your reality and using your language and your frequency to do their bidding, right? And we don't even understand it. So over time, language was distorted, reversed, right? And weaponized by those in seemingly power, right? Particularly during the rise of religious empires. And we know all too well what that is. The rise of Christianity, the rise of Buddhism, the rise of Catholics, the rise of all the other man-made religions that was on that its only purpose was to keep us confined in a box, never really understanding who we are, never really using the most advanced technology that we embody. And what is that, my loves? Come on now. What is it? What is it? We are intelligence. We are consciousness, raw consciousness. We are the power. Our language is powerful. I know many of us have heard your language can either create or destroy, right? Y'all heard it because I've said it. So here's how it unfolds. Religious institutions, i.e. the church, the state, shifted divine language into dogma, Fear-based spells, Latin, English were used to obscure sacred truth and to control the masses. How many of us know that we suffer from Stockholm Syndrome? There are so many of us praising our masses as if we are still living 500, 600 years ago. Baby, get out of that mindset. You are your master. You are the creator. You are responsible for the way your life is. You are responsible for who you allow to engage with your energy and whose energy you allow to engage with. Right? Right, Tanae? Right? So we have to understand this. And how do you move forward? By understanding what you want. We can no longer play hopscotch over some of the most important information that we need to know. So all of us who says that we want more love, we want more money, we want more healthy relationships, we want to experience, we don't want to keep waiting for income tax time to get, we don't want to do none of that no more. It's time out for being irresponsible, powerless, weak-minded, and weak-willed, because that isn't your makeup, my loves. I'm here to remind you, because I am you, you are me, together we are powerful, divided we are powerless. And as long as I have breath in my body, because I remember who I am going to help you amplify the power that lies within you, right? What about the legal system? They created and distorted language too, right? With their maritime law, their amorality, and replaced our natural spiritual laws with contracts. Contractual and deceptive wordplay. This is what we get. Oh, don't play word games with me. Don't play cymatics with me, baby. Your words are powerful. Everything you say is powerful. Everything you think is powerful. So you cannot be out here saying that you all for the people, power to the people, power to the woman, power to the man, power to the children, and you doing just as much destruction as the people who was. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Yes, I wish people understand it too. Let me calm down, because I tend to get real hype. Chef Kicking, how are you? Infinite gratitude for sharing the live, right? This is important, because I want y'all creating your desired experiences now. You don't have to wait. You don't have to wait, and you do not have to keep running down the trauma loopholes and rabbit holes. You don't have to keep doing shadow work. You don't have to keep being in isolation. You don't have to keep going down and reading 1,000. You don't have to do none of that shit. You don't have to keep revisiting the past. You don't have to keep revisiting all of this nonsense. What I'm teaching you is mastery. Because if you're not mastering yourself, somebody is mastering you for you. We don't want that, right? How many of y'all know what blacks have heard the terms in Black's Law Dictionary, the dictionary that redefines many everyday words with hidden implications? Why do you think they taught us to say morning, good morning, good morning, good morning? There is nothing good about morning anything. You are not in mourning. This is why many of us have changed our language, because now we understand the trickery that the tricksters put in our path in order to do what? Keep us deaf, dumb, blind, stupid, and docile. But we know all too well, do not hex yourself, put spells over yourself. It isn't a good morning, my loves. It is a blissful rise. It is a blissful awake. You have risen. You are risen. You are consciousness. There is no such thing as you are DIE ever. You are pure consciousness. You are infinite. Your essence is infinite. Yeah, this avatar has a completion date, but baby, ain't no way. You echo, your essence, your vitality echoes through universes, through the cosmos. Why are we cursing each other every day? Because we don't really understand. And we doing the bidding of the government, not understanding that government means govern the mind, govern the mind, govern the mind. And so the more we keep pushing their agendas by our language, hence this is the self-mastery lesson this evening. We talking about language so we can change some things. Government means govern the mind. Who's governing your mind? Who's governing your language? Who's telling you what you need to say when you want to need to say it and how you need to say it? Come on, my loves, this is important for us to know because we want more, right? We want to change some things. We don't only want to talk about change, we want to actively create change. Okay, it's time out for people running their mouth, because we real good with running our mouth. Blissful rise, Mika, how are you, my love? Welcome in. Okay, so we need to understand these things. Language is a tool that creates or destroys. So the next time you think you feeling weak, the next time you think you're feeling powerless, I want you to remember that you can give life to yourself. You can give vitality to your body. Your body is always listening. Your cells is 75 trillion cells you have on your body, my loves, is conscious. It's listening to everything you say, verbally and non-verbally. So we want somebody to think we sexy, but every time you walk through the mirror, you disgusted. Every time you walk to and see your reflection, you're disgusted. You want somebody to love you, but yet your internal dialogue is saying everything but, and you wonder why you keep getting the results that you keep getting. You keep confusing the hell out of the universe. The universe don't know what to send you. 1 minute you like yourself, 1 minute you don't, right? And that's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. So we need to understand the word spelling comes from spell casting. So every time we speak, especially using the English language, right? It's been called the language of commerce, confusion, layered in homonyms, double meanings. And if you never take the time to actually read, my loves, read. And if you don't like reading, come join my mentorship community. I love reading. I've done, and I'm still educating myself. I've done a lot of the hard work. So it's nothing wrong with you wanting to skip certain steps, but be sure whose mentorship you are under, because what you consume, you become. And a lot of us have continually become dumber and dumber, say it with all due respect, because we're listening to misguided, misfits, uneducated individuals who don't give a damn about your spiritual elevation, your mental elevation, your physical elevation, your financial elevation. They only care to get $1 from you. Okay, let's continue. We need to understand these. We need to understand these things, my loves, because your words are shaping your reality, and I want you to do better. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? I want you to do better. So what's the lost art of intentional language? We want to be intentional about everything we do. I have to tell the younger gen, this is this very thing. Ashe, Danae, this is how it is. This is what it's supposed to be. Each one teach one, but we have to be taught indisputable information, uncorrupted information. So when we're talking about language, unlike consciousness or habitual programmed language, conscious language is infused with intention, whether you like it or not, whether you know it or not, whether you accept it or not. And I tell us this all the time. It doesn't matter what you accept or disregard. It doesn't matter if you believe it, know it, speak it, think it. If you are not being universal principles, if you are not being your authentic self, if you are not elevating in these areas, guess what you're doing? Because nothing stays the same. That is a universal principle of rhythm. Nothing stays the same. Everything moves, my loves. We're either going forward or backwards, up or down, left or right, right? This scares people so much, especially if you don't assimilated. Ashe, I get it, but we're changing that. We are changing that. I am activating your intelligence. I'm activating your DNA. What do you think DNA is? It is infinite language, infinite information. Everything you need is within. When most of us don't even sit with ourselves for 5 minutes, let alone 20 minutes, let alone an hour to go deep within and activate your divinity. This is why other people know you better than you know yourself. This is why they know how to manipulate you in an unjust way better than you know how to do yourself, right? So is it deliberate? It's deliberate and purposeful. A lot when we're intentional about our language, it allows us to align our thoughts with our words, with our deeper wants, our deeper desires. So remember, I talked to you all about coherence, heart and brain coherence. So whenever you are commanding, let me slow down because I don't want y'all to miss this. You don't have to beg, you don't have to borrow, you don't have to steal. I am reminding you how powerful you are. You don't have to ask anything. With all due respect, you have the authority to command the universe, right? Because you are one with the infinite source of the universe, creation, the Akashic. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? You're one with it. So why are you begging yourself to give you things that you desire? Why are you on your knees crying? Why are you suffering the way you are suffering? Venus, calm down. My goodness, I want y'all to get this. You know what? Spaces are too small for me. I have a very big voice. I project authority and power. Start getting in line and start getting into practice and commanding what is already yours. Okay? Stop hooping and hollering. Stop bitching, moaning, and complaining. Fix it. Ashe, cuz let me make you a mod in here. How do I do that? You understand what I'm saying? I need y'all to fix this. I need us to fix this. All right, cuz you're a mod now. Infinite gratitude, right? I want y'all to stop doing this. That is one of the tricks that the trickster told you. You have to continually look outside of yourself for yourself. You have to continually think, believe, and know and pray to an outside entity and not yourself. What does that do? That keeps you in a state of being powerless instead of powerful. Right? Because if this quote unquote all knowing, all this sovereignty and all this other bullshit, how come there are so many unrighteous, wicked people living their absolute best life? Here you are righteous. Here you are honorable. Here you operate with integrity. Here you doing the right thing. And you are broken, confused, distorted, depressed, repressed, enslaved. Come on now, loves. Come on now, loves. And guess what? Language is a big part of that, Joseph. Hi, love. How are you, my beautiful friend? Language is a big part of that. So when we reframe things, your perception also plays a huge part in the way you perceive not only yourself, but way you perceive the world around you. Your environment also plays a huge part in shaping your reality. Classy, how are you? How are you, Nicole? So when we start to reframe our language, when we start to autocorrect, oh child, let me tell you something. I'm telling you right now, I'm speaking this right now, but this works both ways. Just because I speak it don't mean it's going to manifest, don't mean it's going to materialize, right? So when I speak things, I want you to open your mind, open your heart, and I want you to receive it, because I ain't going to deceive myself ever. I want to activate your power. I don't want you to believe that you are powerful. I want you to know that you are powerful, because belief is the absence of knowing. And when you move from belief to knowing, you elevate and expand your consciousness. you then get into alignment with your highest self, which is the ultimate creator. And guess what? You begin to create on demand. Create on demand. Create on demand. However, you're going to have to learn some things, my loves. You're going to have to do some things, my love. But good for you that I'm here. Okay? Listen, when I tell you I'm exceptionally powerful at what I do, I've helped countless of people transform their life by teaching you the very same things that I'm teaching you right now. Each word carries its own energetic frequency. I need y'all to understand that. Say it with me. Each word you emit, you vibrate, carries a certain frequency. And if you're wondering why your life is the way it is because you keep talking crazy. So your results that you're getting is even crazier, okay? I want you to walk it like you talk it and talk it like you walk it, but change your walk and change your talk, right? So if any of you ever heard of Dr. Marisu Emoto, he did a groundbreaking work with water, right? He did countless of studies to prove that water is conscious. What does that mean, Venus? It's alive. It means it's wake. It's awake. It means it's vitality. It means it's essence. Its essence is powerful. And guess what else embodies water? Can anybody tell me? Come on now. Talk to me. This is how we do. Talk to me. What else embodies water? His studies prove that water is extremely powerful. And whatever it is, whatever embodies the water is going to shape. It is going to crystallize in different forms. Each word carries frequency. Sound, yes, sound, water. You know what else embodies water? Outside of the earth. Come on, loves. Let's take it back to elementary. Let's take it back to elementary. Come on, Danae. We're real close. Richard, we're real close. There we go. Us. 75% of our physical makeup is water. Ashe, Danae, spirit. Ashe, water. So guess what you're doing every time you talk crazy to yourself? You are literally commanding the water inside you to do exactly what you're unconsciously, unknowingly telling it to do. So every time you say, I can't, every time you say I'm broke, every time you say I don't got it, every time you say I don't deserve, every time you think you're unworthy, every time you don't get something that you don't want, every time you ignore, guess what is happening, my love? And this happens unconsciously more than it does consciously. You are programming the water inside you to take shape to all of the negativity. So you think the reflection in the mirror is going to change? It ain't going to change until you change it. Right? We're still talking about language. Language are systems of communication that uses phonetic sounds, symbols, words, phrases, etc. It is all important, my love. It is all important. Maurice, how are you, my love? Ambitious, how are you, my ambitious? How are you? Programming the water. Yes. Let me tell you something. Every time I drink water, every time I get in the shower, there's a ritual that I do because water is a beautiful, powerful conductor. Water is going to amplify whatever embodies it. Water is going to amplify whatever it is. That means if you can command the water in the universe, the water that we getting into alchemy right here. I need y'all to stay with me. Am I going too fast? Let me know if I'm going too fast. It's just be so much information I want to share with y'all because I really want y'all happy. I want y'all manifesting and creating y'all desired reality. Are y'all with me or am I going too fast? Let me know because I can slow down for you. I can definitely slow down for you. Am I going too fast? Am I going too fast? Am I going too fast? Y'all need me to slow it down a little bit. Right? This is what I mean by being very intentional about everything you do. You should not, infinite gratitude, Richard, you should use every resource that you have available to you. Right? Because it matters. From now on, I want every time you go bathe yourself, whether you're getting in a bath or whether you're taking a shower. Now, these are the things that I teach my mentees. So I'm giving a lot of jewels, and a lot of y'all should be in my mentorship community, and you're not. And the way you do that is by clicking the link in my bio and going to the first tab, creating your desired reality. It gives you lifetime access into the community. If you think this information is good, wait till you get me on a personal level. It gets great. And I just started the community back. So now is the greatest time to do so. Every time you get into the shower, every time you near water, every time you drink water, I want you to be mindful. I don't want you talking crazy. I want you to speak to the water, speak love to the water, command the water. Infinite gratitude for the support, Fido KK. Command the water. It doesn't matter if you, I want to say something. Here's where a lot of us get confused. We've been programmed to only rely on external stimuli. And I have talked about stimuli in another masterclass plenty of times. What are stimuli? Stimuli are external forces. They are external feelings. So the external stimuli is not internal. The external are everything you see, everything you taste, everything you touch, everything you feel. Right? Everything you hear. Those are external. And a lot of us are so bombarded or so overwhelmed and are so programmed to only rely on what we can physically see, what we can physically audibly hear, what we can physically feel, what we can physically touch, right? That's a no-no. That's shallow and superficial. That's one of the tricks that keep you from going within. Because how many of you know that you can see with your eyes closed, you can hear with your ears closed, you can touch without physically touching something, and you can feel also without feeling something? What do you think the power of visualization is? Do y'all understand what I'm saying? So it is, your language is important. Start getting very intentional. If you want it bad enough, you will do what you need to do. If you want it bad enough, you will put yourself on your priority in your priority list. You should not be number 11 or 100 on your priority list. Bill collectors, creditors, mother, daddy, sisters, brothers, uncle, grannies, grandpas, children, you should always be number one on your priority list. I spoke about that. But anyway, let's get back into language. Through meticulous observation, Dr. Emoto expresses how water molecules, when influenced by stimuli, exhibit unique, distinct crystallized structures. How many of you ever seen the videos where they put it's like a speaker, and they put salt on the speaker and they connect this frequency to it, and as the frequency is playing, the salt begins to create all types of geometrical shapes? Well, what do you think is happening in your body to every time you talk crazy? And some of y'all talk crazy and just like, oh, I'm just joking. You shouldn't be joking about that. That's why some of our lives is fucked up now, because you play too much. You play way too much, and everything shouldn't be a joke. Your life shouldn't be a joke. Your vitality shouldn't be a joke. Your money shouldn't be a joke. Your family should not be a joke all the time. What you want should not be a joke all the time. So you should be paying attention to what you say, because your body, your mind, and the universe can't tell whether you playing or you joking when you say, oh my goodness, I don't look good in this outfit today. Oh my goodness, my ass is too big, or my hips is this, and my eyes are cross-sided, and I got this, and my lips ain't this, and my body is this, and my hair is this. Your body isn't able to differentiate from when you playing or when. Stop playing so much. Everything shouldn't be a damn joke. And you know who's sitting there laughing at you? The one who told you that language don't mean a damn thing, that it does nothing, that you can continue saying what you want to say, thinking what you want to think, being how you want to be. And then Ain't nothing gonna happen. What is the harm in just a couple of jokes? Well, I want you to ask me that question. What is the harm in the jokes when you are at your wit's end? What is the harm of you playing too much when you're deeply depressed? When that fucking laugh turns into crying and frowning? What type of harm is done when it's affecting your children in the most horrible ways? Oh, it ain't nothing. You a damn lie. It ain't nothing. You should start acting like it's something. And the more information you gather, the more conscious awareness that you have, you start to auto-correct yourself. Do you understand what I'm saying? You start to auto-correct yourself. And that's the goal. You don't have to expect things to change overnight, but you damn sure better make sure you're being intentional about taking active steps to change the trajectory of your life. And it begins with you auto-correcting the foolishness you've been talking to yourself is not a joke, because your body don't think it's a joke. God don't think it's a joke. The universe don't think it's a joke. It ain't a joke, my loves. It ain't a joke. I know sometimes people say, oh, God got a sense of humor. God ain't got no damn sense of humor. Somebody lied to you. The universe don't have a fucking sense of humor. That's a human thing. That's a made up, man-made thing. The universe don't have no fucking sense of humor. The universe isn't a fucking, what do you call them people? Comedian. Come on now, we still talking about language. We have to be in a space where we are willing to transcend our language, transcend our consciousness, transcend our abilities, because you have everything you need to do so. Ashe? You have everything you need to do so. Language is programming. Are we paying attention? Because I'm about to say something you need to hear. Fact, Shy. How are you, my love? Hey, love. D, how are you, my love? Bernadette, how are you, my love? Ashe, infinite gratitude for the participation. I want y'all to pay attention real close to what I'm about to say. Words don't describe your reality. They create it. I'm going to say it in another way. Words don't describe your experiences. Your words create your experiences. A lot of what I teach isn't rocket science. It isn't. We unsimplify some of the most simplest things. Why? Because a lot of us are not minimizing our consumption. What does that mean, Venus? You are listening to too many people all day, every day. You're even listening to your lowest self all day, every day. You're watching things, you're consuming visuals that should not be in your internal system. You're listening to things that are destroying your love, passion, goals, and dreams. You are engaging with people who are sucking the very life force out of you. Your words, whether they are expressed verbally or internally, they are not describing your reality. They are creating it. Don't you want to get real intentional about what you are experiencing? It don't have to be hard. Manifesting, attracting, the law of attraction, the law of manifesting, the law of assumption, quantum physics. You don't have to go down a lot of rabbit holes to understand basic things if you would just choose yourself. Choose yourself and don't let nothing come in the way of you taking active steps and choosing to get informed with information that is going to help you create your desired experiences. What's up, Tafan? How are you, love? Right? Or do you, or now, if you don't think you deserve it, please let me know. Because a lot of us inwardly don't think we deserve it. One of my mentees once said, that she didn't approach. Infinite gratitude, my love. How are you? One of my mentees once told me that she was just getting back in a dating scene. Gia, how are you, my love? How are you, sweetheart? She was just getting back in a dating scene, right? To make a long story real short, she said, oh no, I can't get him. I can't have him. He's out of my league. What does that tell you? When a person is thinking like that, what is that telling you? A lot of us think like that. A lot of us think like that. And we make excuses and justification to internalize the lie. Did y'all hear me? Did y'all hear me? We make excuses to justify the internalized lie we've been telling ourselves. Why don't you deserve a certain type of man or woman? Why don't you deserve the position at work or to elevate? Why don't you deserve a certain pair of shoes? Why don't you deserve a certain house, a certain condo? Why don't you deserve? Why don't you deserve to walk like you want to walk and talk like you want to? Why don't you deserve to have people in your life that's going to genuinely love you, right? Genuinely support you, right? We're still talking about language. We're still talking about that inner dialogue that is keeping a lot of you from experiencing what you wish to experience. And that's got to change. That has to change if you want it to change, right? This is important. If I'm glad you're doing wonderful, my love, right? So when you're thinking about your internal dialogue, when you're thinking about the way your life is, what are some of the things that you are telling yourself as to why you are experiencing something? Now, a lot of us say, oh, we attract according to how we, and all of those things are true. They're just not pretty cliches. You attract according to your vibrations, true. What you experience is also because of you. So when you start taking responsibility and accountability, it's nothing for you to be ashamed about. You don't have to be ashamed about anything. Infinite gratitude for the gifts, my love. You don't have to be ashamed of what you did yesterday. Stop that. You don't have to have regrets about the decisions you made yesterday. Stop that. What matters is the decision that you're making right now and the decisions that you're going to continually make. The past is the past. Leave that shit there. So what your mama did it or didn't do it. So what your daddy did it or didn't do. So what? Leave that shit there. How long are you going to keep repeating the same stories that traumatized you and cause you to shrink so low? You ain't Beetlejuice. Stop it. Every time you hear a mother or father or somebody happy, hear your little ass mind go. And you wonder why. Now, I get my message and my style of delivery may not be for everybody, but I'm not here just to stroke your ego like you a pet. I'm not here just to cheer you on only because I do that. I am here because you called me here. There is no other reason besides you are exactly where you need to be. You are exactly where you need to be. And you didn't come to please yourself today. You came in the form of me because we are reflections of each other to disrupt every dysfunction. I am not playing with you. I come to disrupt every dysfunction because you deserve to be happier. You deserve not to be depressed every other fucking month. You deserve to be in healthy relationships. You deserve to have people supporting you. You deserve to go wherever you want to go without robbing Peter to pay Paul. You deserve to live wherever you want to. You deserve to buy whatever you want to. You deserve it all. Please know that. Again, paying attention and being intentional about your internal dialogue. You deserve it. Goodness gracious. I wouldn't be living in a whole nother country in Thailand if I didn't feel like I deserved to live a better life. There's just too much foolishness going on in the United States for me. Do you understand what I'm saying? But I didn't bitch about it. I didn't moan about it. I didn't complain about it. You know what I did? I walk it like I talk it. I walk it like I talk it. The same principles that I teach you in self-mastery, baby, I don't just talk it. I embody the principles. I embody infinity. I embody consciousness because I am. I embody authority. I command. I don't beg. I don't borrow, and I don't steal. I command in what? I'm in Thailand right now, living my best life in the season that I'm in. Why aren't you living your best life right now? What do you want? Let's get very clear. I talked about that in the master lesson on Monday. What do you want? Don't be general. Don't be vague. Be very clear on what you want. And before you start running off at the mouth with what you want, commanding the universe, I want you to make sure that your internal why is in alignment with what you want, because a lot of what we want is created from scarcity. It's created from fear. It's created from lack. You do not create the reality you wish to experience from fear, lack, scarcity, or being desperate. That's not how it works, my love. So in my community, all things mastery community, I teach you these things. Only you get me not one-on-one, but in a small group session. Again, here's the offer. If you're interested in joining the academy, click the first tab in my bio. Invest in yourself, because while I'm on live, my goal was to make sure that I offer an opportunity for you that you told yourself you needed, because I'm only here because you called me. Now, once you start to learn a little bit more, a lot of the things that I say start to make better sense. Right now, I cut it in half. So for less of 50% less of an already low investment, you can join me and get access to me, so you can be in alignment with people that is going to help you create and design the life that you want to experience. Why? Because we were never purposed to do alone. So the offer is there. And I welcome you in the community. If you have any questions, please let me know. Queen, how are you? I needed this live today. You speaking my life right now. Shay Bernadette, listen, somebody was speaking to me at some point. And I had to realize that I had to invest in myself. I had to, because there was no other way. I said, you know what, Venus? Ain't nobody coming to save you. Ain't nobody coming to save you. I saved myself. I started to remember who I was. I started to go deeper into the knowledge that they tried so hard to keep from us. What do you think your DNA is, babies? Right? So let's get to it. Most people are living under spells they unknowingly are casting onto themselves, or others are casting onto you. So I want you to be very, very mindful moving forward who you have around you. Who are you listening to? Some of these people are your mamas, your daddies, your friends, your uncles, your peers, your friends, even your children sometimes. Am I telling you to about face forward march and cut them out of your life? No. But the more you know, the more you can protect yourself. The more you know about you, you can master yourself. That way, it don't matter where you go. No one can alchemize your essence, your energy, but you. When your aura is weak, how many of you, now let's get into a little bit of science, because baby, when I tell you I'm a self-mastery expert, I teach it all. Let's get into a little bit of science. We are electromagnetic beings. We are electric beings. Where do you think alkaline comes from? Why do you think they keep putting fluoride in every fucking thing? Okay, to lower our bioelectromagnetic field. We are bioelectromagnetic beings. We are powerful. And whenever you are weak, whenever your aura field is weak, whenever your mind is weak, whenever your body is weak, whenever your essence is weak and your vitality, it makes you susceptible to other people's bullshit. It makes you susceptible to having your energy siphoned off, but that's where they want you. That's where they want you, because creation needs creation to create. Meaning, in order to create, you need available energy to create. Why do you think we plug our phones into outlets? Why do you think there are sockets? Why do you think? And a lot of people think what? The sun fuels, the sun feeds, the sun energy. That's not true, my loves. Let me let you on a fun, real fact right now. The moon energizes, the moon feeds, the sun gets its vitality from the moon. And I am specifically speaking to us women. It's time to rise and take your place. It's time to rise and take your place and remember who you are. Every man that come into your life is not purpose to be your husband, your fuck buddy, or your side piece. Some of these men came in your life was purpose to come into your life so you can revive them. But when you're too focused on the old programs of society telling you you need to be married, you need to have children, you need to do this. You are the great mothers of the earth. You are the divine oracles. Where do you think the Vatican stole this seat from? Have y'all ever read the Sibyls? Come on, baby. We got to start reading. We got to start tapping into who we are. You are the essence of the universe. You are the essence of God. We have to stop acting like we so damn desperate, weak, dumb, and docile, keep begging men. What do you like, sir? What do you like? You want chicken and gravy on your grits? What do you like, so? What do the men want? Who's going to make you happy? What's going to do this? Why are we acting so desperate? Damn. It is time out for that. One of the reasons why the world is in a state that is in is because the divine feminine isn't standing up and stepping up and reclaiming her power. Listen, my loves. Learning can be absolutely fun too. It can. I'm not saying that it can't, but far too many of us are behind the curve, way behind the curve, right? And that's not where we want to be. So let's get back to the language. I know somebody needed to hear that. And whoever you are, I hope you use it how it's purpose for you to use, not to shame you, not to defeminize you, not to emasculate it's not to do none of that. It's to remind you that you are also responsible for more than just you. Ashe, you get it. We are responsible for more than just us. And I know a lot of us are overwhelmed. A lot of us are tired. A lot of us are underpaid. A lot of us are just exhausting our energy being the mothers, the fathers, the workers, the businesswomen. We're being the teachers. We're being the pharmacists. We're playing all of these roles. We're being whoever we need to be. But how about you just being you? What about you? What about you? It's your responsibility to keep your cup full. Whatever is in your cup is for you. It's not for your children. It's not for your spouse. It's not for your partners. It's not for your bill collectors. It's not for your landlords. Whatever is in your cup is for you. If you do not have an overflow of love, an overflow of patience, an overflow of kindness, an overflow of vitality, an overflow of finances. Do not give anything else away. Ashe, let me help TikTok out by doing a little puzzle piece, right? That's something that I used to tell my children all the time. Venus is Venus. Venus is not just your mom. Venus is not just your educator. Venus is not just your in-home chef. Venus is not all of it. Venus is also Venus, and Venus is Venus first. I am first. I am before I am Venus. I am before I am teacher. I am before I am sister. I am before I am whatever it is I am. And it is important and my responsibility to make sure that I'm given from a place of fullness and not a place of emptiness. And a lot of us are drained because we keep giving everybody the last ounce of what we have. All because somebody told you if they slap you on the right cheek, turn to the left and let them slap that. All because of somebody lied to you and said, give. If you don't give, you're selfish. All because somebody lied to you and said that if you're not suffering, then you are not of the kingdom. All because somebody said you can't have your heaven on earth. You got to wait till you die. Lies. Lies, lies, lies. And there are some of us who are bold enough to speak the truth out loud. Because, baby, I've always been the party. Baby, I've always been the party. I've always been the life of the party. I don't need a whole squad behind me. You know why? Because I have... Let me tell you something. When you got the universe with you, not behind you, when you got the universe on your side, when you have the elements of the earth on your side, when you have the divine heaven on your side, which is higher states of consciousness, when you have your ancestors by your side, baby, I don't need no fucking entourage. I ain't never been scared. The people who know me, who grew up with me, I'm 5'1", and I was 4'11" back in the day for so long, but you couldn't tell me I couldn't whoop anybody. Anytime I popped out, my whole stature was 7. You couldn't tell me I wasn't 7 feet tall. The way I used to pop my ish, baby, you could not tell me I wasn't 8 feet tall and wasn't built like a sumo. I'ma whoop your tail. I'ma whoop you. Because if I whooped you, you asked for it and you deserved it, because I was never a bully. But I stood up for righteousness. I stood up for those who were being bullies. You understand? I operate from integrity, from loyalty, commitment, spirituality, righteousness. And when you're operating like that, of course, the multitude ain't going to be with you. Of course, the multitude ain't going to be with you. But you don't need the multitudes. You don't need the multitudes, my love. We still talking about language, okay? Don't think we veered off. We are always talking about mastery, mastering yourself. Right, Big Chef? Nurse, how are you, my love? Richard, yes. Ashe. We still talking about language, okay? I'm still teaching you about language. What are some of the words that most of us are saying to ourselves every single day? Remember, I said words don't describe your reality. Words don't describe your personality. Words don't do that. Words are creating it. You are creating your identity. Your words are creating your experiences. They are shaping your identity. Ashe? And we need to learn this. By the way, I want to make sure that you completely understand what I'm saying. I want to make sure that you understand. If any of you have any questions about joining the All Things Mastery community, mentorship community, where you get private mentoring, small group mentoring, I should say, twice a week, engaging, right? We do all the things. These lives are impactful, and they are just a small portion of how you can just elevate and how you can expand. If you have any questions, please let me know, because I don't want you leaving this live confused. I don't want you leaving this live just hooping a holler. No, it takes more than that. Transformation requires your permission. Okay, so I want to make sure we are very clear. Now is the time. Hi, Goddess. How are you, my love? Now is the time. So please ask a question. Okay. If you have any questions on the boot camp right now, it is 50% off. Actually, it's more than that while I am live. And so if you are in the process of signing up for Creating Your Desired Reality program, which gives you lifetime access into the All Things Mastery community, it also gets you a free one-on-one 30-minute onboarding call with me, so we can kind of set the tone, and so I can bet to serve you on your journey. We get very active in there, and a whole bunch of other goodies. Please ask the questions that you need to ask while I am on live. I will wait for you. So what are some of the things that we're saying to ourselves, right? What are some of the words that we're using with ourselves? I don't look good. I'm overweight. I can't, right? A lot of us making jokes about big back, big back, big back, even though it's real catchy, right? When you hear that, I don't know who created that, but that's wild, right? So just things like that, just things like you saying, I'm trying to unbig my back. Do you know what the psychological implication is? Do you understand what the energetic frequency and the message is when you say that? What you speak shouldn't be in contradictory of what you want. What you speak shouldn't be a contradictory of how you want to feel. It should be aligned. Right? So these are important things for us to know. One of the most profound lessons from ancient wisdom, which science have been openly confirmed, is the fact that you can use sound to create reality, your manifestations, just from an idea. Angelo, how are you, love? Simply from an idea. So why are so many of us broken? Why are so many of us broke? Why are so many of us depressed and hopeless, right? And all the things that we shouldn't be, right? There's a reason. There is a reason for that, and I want to help you. So are we aware? Are we aware of the who? Are we aware of the why? Are we aware of the what? Are we aware of the when? Are we? The frequency of language is cymatics. Not semantics, cymatics. The frequency of language is cymatics. So, for an example, if I'm saying I'm powerful, right? I am powerful. When I say that, the water in my body, right? Which we are cells, right? It's not mind over matter. Mind creates matter. Mind influences matter. So when I say certain words and they carry a certain frequency, just like if I was to lower my tone, that also carries a certain frequency. It's just a different degrees of frequency. Just like love and hate is parallel. They're just different degrees. Do you understand what I'm saying? So the tonality of what I'm speaking right now is called water tones, right? Just like you have loud music, you have really mellow music. Everything carries a frequency. So if I'm saying I'm powerful, this creates different geometric shapes within my body that are aligned with what I know I want to experience. That which I know I am going to experience, depending on what it is. And so when you're doing the opposite of that, like saying things like I'm unworthy, what do you think is doing to your body? What do you think the cells are doing? What do you think? Just because you can't see what's going on in your body doesn't mean that it's not reacting, right? I'm sure that when people go to the hospital and the doctors tell them that they have a terminal illness or terminal disease, I'm sure they didn't see it coming. I'm sure they don't literally see cancer cells forming in their body. I'm sure they cannot literally see that their cells, their white blood cells and red blood cells are being destroyed. I'm sure you can't see that, but just because you can't see it doesn't mean it isn't happening. You cannot see the oxygen that you breathe in your lungs, but you know it's there. You know it's happening. Why? Because what? You're here on this planet. So we have to start using our consciousness, because consciousness creates. We have to start using our intelligence. We have to start getting very intentional about what we're doing, what we're saying externally, also internally, because everything is happening externally is because of what's happening internally. So a lot of times, not 100%, a lot of times, because there are always different variables depending on the situation, a lot of times when someone's reality, or when someone is experiencing chaos, dysfunction, destruction, it seems like all hell is breaking loose. That's because your internal state is also mirroring. Need I say a little bit more? Hi, Vanessa. Hi, beautiful. How are you, love? Nessa, how you doing, honey? Right? Everything that happens externally must and always will first happen internally. Universal principle, as above, so below. What do you think that means? So when you're busy focused on all of the external factors, what you can see externally, what you hearing externally, what you're feeling externally, you miss consciously elevating. You miss the opportunity to shift and alchemize your internal energy, right? So your external environment can reflect just that. So when you become real clear, real specific, right? Real intentional, the universe isn't getting mixed signals from you, right? Because you say what you mean and you mean what you say. Your word is your bond. Your word creates or it destroys. How many times have we played a part in causing our children to have low self-esteem or to be fearful? How many times we have projected our fears onto our children? How many times other people have projected their fears onto you? And here's the thing, my loves, this is why I say everything matters. You are infinite, you are conscious. You never shut off. You're not a light bulb. You're not a light switch. You cannot cut your consciousness on and off whenever you want to. It doesn't work that way. Everything you consume, everything you hear, whether you know it or not, is literally shaping your internal system. Especially when you're in theta state. What is theta state, Venus? It is when you are sleeping, when your body is resting, when your consciousness is asleep. But your unconsciousness is awake and operating and thriving. And how many of you are listening to trash while you sleep? How many of you are keeping the TV on when you sleep and you wondering why you're having this foolish thoughts that you're having the next day? You're wondering why you always, oh, I had a crazy dream. I wonder why. What are you listening to? What is your consciousness absorbing? Ashe? This is why there's no backseas. I don't know who created that foolish term. No backseas, no Indian giving. It's real crazy, baby. Once it's out, it's out. This is why I tell people, let me tell you something. If I allow you in my vortex, you be very mindful. You don't have to be scared, but you be very mindful of what you say to me. You be very mindful of how you treat me. Because once it's out there, it's out there. And I'm going to always give you an A in the beginning. It's up to you to maintain that A. Okay? That's up to you. That's up to you. That's just how it is. Thank you for the tap shares. Infinite gratitude, cuz, for helping in the chat. So put in the comment section, is this making sense? Let me know. Y'all know I like communication. This is not a dictatorship. Okay. This is a kinship. This is a family ship. This is, we all one. We all doing this, even though I am the educator, right? But let me know if this is touching your soul. Let me know if this is relating to you, right? Because if it's not, then I need to do something different. Ashe? Yes, understood. Thank you, Vanessa. Infinite gratitude. Thank you, Big Chef. Thank you, Richard. Thank you, Vanessa. Infinite gratitude. Navarro, arrive alive. Like the live as you arrive, please, and thank you. Infinite gratitude, Navarro. It is so good to see you. You are in my meditations. I definitely remember you. You did leave a positive imprint in my consciousness. So infinite gratitude for you sharing your beautiful energy over here on YT land, right? Infinite gratitude on Ra. Infinite gratitude, right? So we're still talking about language. The frequency of language, cymatics. Are your words harmonizing, or are they distorting your perception, your experiences? How many of you understand how important perception is? Perception, a little example. If I was to, I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna show y'all an example. It's really cute. You're gonna like it. Wait, I don't have a perception. I'm gonna show y'all perception. I'm gonna show y'all in a second. Can y'all see this? If you can see that, put in the comment section what it is. And here on YouTube, oh, damn, I said it out loud. Here on YT and FB, if you can see this, put it in the comment section. What do you think this is? Ashe, thank you, Navarro. Vanessa says a number 6. Okay, I get that a lot too. I love giving this. This is a very simple but powerful exercise. We're talking about perception as it relates to the languages that we speak, why we speak, how we speak, because it also is predicated upon how we perceive things. So, all right, come on. Now, I know there's more people in here than Vanessa. Vanessa says 6. Put in the comment section what you think this is. What is this? What is this? What is this? What is this, my loves? Come on, let's get it. It may be my reception, because I know y'all are very participative. What is this? Chef says this is a 6 too. Okay, I'm getting a 6 over here as well. Let me show you how powerful perception is. Some of you may say this is a 6. Some of you may say it's a 9. Some of you may say it's in a letter E. Musical note. Hi, Charm, right? That's how perception works. Some will interpret this as a number 6, a number 9, the letter E. And then there are certain people who would see this as being a symbol. Why is this important? The universe, God concept, only understands the language of symbols, frequency, numbers. So how you perceive something is how you're going to interpret, also how you're going to receive it. How you perceive is how you receive. So it is incredibly important for you to, as you are elevating and growing in your consciousness, that you are open to different perceptions and perspectives. Kay, how are you, holistic healing? How are you, spiritual priestess? How are you, my love? Right? That's important. It's also the difference in somebody saying, oh, that when y'all see the analogy with the water in the glass, some may say, oh, the cup is half full. Some may say the cup is half empty. Neither is wrong or right. But let me ask you this question. Who do you think will be more successful in life? The person that said, oh, that cup is half empty, or the person that says that cup is half full? Which one is optimistic and which one is pessimistic? Which one is optimistic and which one is pessimistic? Right? There we go. So you see, and if you're perceiving a certain way that isn't in alignment with the experiences that you want to create, guess what? The universe is going to give you according to the interpretation of the language that you're speaking, right? So if you're being pessimistic, the universe ain't going to say, well, I think they joking, right? I don't really think they want to be broke. I just think they just said that. It don't work that way. Right. Half full will be successful. Ashe. Yes, Vanessa, half full. So that's the difference. So language plays a huge role in shaping your reality, shaping what you experience. And I know you want to experience a lot more beautiful things than what a lot of us currently are. So here's how it goes. Your thoughts leads to your emotions leads to the chemical release in your body. That chemical release leads to how you feel. Your feelings leads to your belief, or the opposite, extend from your beliefs. Your beliefs create your habit, and your habits create and shape your identity. All of that cycle is how you experience life, right? So an example would be, let's start with thought. Let's say you have a hateful thought. Let's say you have a thought of resentment. Let's say you have a thought of I'm angry today, right? Let's just say, well, that thought, which is hate, is going to lead to a negative emotion. That negative emotion is going to lead to the chemical adrenaline being released in your body, which you think pharmaceuticals is, right? That adrenaline is going to lead to you feeling angry or angrier. And when you embody that belief, you think that you're being violated, or someone is violating you, right? Or someone has violated you in the past, and your habit, which is now on autopilot, is going to be reactive, undisciplined, instead of responsive, disciplined, leading to you reacting what? Violently or aggressively. Do y'all understand that? I need y'all to understand that, right? Infinite gratitude, Navarro. I appreciate you so much. Infinite gratitude, right? Do we understand this? Abstract, my love. Hi, honey. Hands off my strap. Infinite gratitude to you, right? So in order for you, one of the techniques that I teach in my master program is, if you want to change the reality, infinite gratitude. Yes. Thank you for reminding me. Listen, if you haven't hit that orange heart up there, hit that heart, baby. What you doing? What we doing? Okay. This is how we grow. This is how we elevate. Okay. We already know what it is. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the participation. I do not take this lightly. Infinite gratitude. And when I say infinite gratitude, I mean that. Infinite gratitude. So the more you repeat a thought, emotion, the chemical loops continue. The more it becomes your identity, and you are going to attract not what you want, but according to your frequency and your aura. Right? I need y'all to understand that. Infinite gratitude. This is important for y'all to know, right? If y'all did not ever see Dr. Emoto's water study, I want y'all to take the time. It's videos that are floating on YT. I say acronyms because TikTok is sensitive sometimes. So in YT land, there's a study by Dr. Emoto Marasuru about water. Watch that. Because his fascinating exploration suggests that if our thoughts and our words can influence water, which we are water, right? And there's water in the realm, they might also impact our well-being, which it does, given that our bodies are comprised of what, my love? Water. Water. Use the elements of the earth. One of your purposes in being in this realm, in this particular reality, also the multi-realities. Oh, infinite gratitude. That was beautiful. I love that. Thank you. Pardon me. One of the purposes is to learn how to alchemize. You are the alchemist. You're the alchemist. Okay, I know that may sound really strange to some of you, but you're the alchemist. What do you think manipulation is? A lot of us are so filled with misguided information. Manipulation isn't a bad thing. It isn't a horrible thing. It isn't a hate. It isn't. Just like pew pews isn't bad. The person using the pew pew can be bad or can be good. There are variables that we need to consider. You are an alchemist, so alchemize. You have the ability to transmute. Alchemy simply means transmute. Since you are water also, since you are energy, since you are electrical, since you are magnetic, one of your purposes in mastery is you learning how to use the alchemy and transmute energy. That's called manipulation also, right? So understand, manipulation can be done in a just manner and it can be done in an unjust manner. But a lot of us, because we're so used to hearing echo chambers of, oh, you're a manipulator, you're a narcissist. Stop it. You should be a manipulator. You should understand manipulation. We have to start wanting to understand a lot of the things that we talk and stop acting like we're robots and stop repeating shit just because we heard it and just because it sounds good, because most of it is really foolish. Most of it was put out in the universe, put out in the atmosphere so we can adopt it, so we can embody it. That's going to keep us operating in our lowest frequency, which means we operate in our lowest selves, which means what? We are being mastered by other people, places, and things. Because if you're not mastering self, if you're not mastering your energy, if you're not mastering your consciousness, if you're not manipulating your thoughts, if you're not doing all of this, guess who's doing it for you? Guess who's doing it for you? Okay? Guess who's doing it for you? In order to create anything, you need available energy to create. So if you're not alchemizing your energy, if you're not alchemizing your frequency, guess who is doing it? Guess who's doing it? Do y'all know there's been countless of studies done that prove that I'm sitting here, I can change and alchemize another person's frequency all the way across the other side of the world. What do you think you're doing when you having thoughts of somebody that's so strong and all of a sudden they call? What do you think that's happening within your realm of existence and being when you have strong intentions or thoughts about? That's alchemy. Why do you think it's so important for you to learn self-mastery so you can protect yourself? Because just because you don't believe in magic, just because you don't believe or know in alchemy, just because you don't understand these things, don't mean it ain't happening. The best thing you can do is what? Master self, meaning master your essence, mind, body, spirit, soul, and the physical. Because if you're not doing it, somebody else is, right? Half of y'all, some of y'all experience chaotic and dysfunctional thoughts and you think it's you. That's not the case all the time, my loves, right? And the more you know, the more you can protect yourself. It also depends on what you know. Because a lot of us have been programmed to remember, to regurgitate regurgitate information that never served us, that never was purposed to elevate us. Cultivating positive thoughts and language could be more than just mental exercises. It is your pathway to enhancing your health. Do you understand what I'm saying? Your health, your vitality, your essence. Positive words crystallize in perfect symmetry, while low vibrational, low frequency, negative cymatics, meaning negative sounds, frequencies, create chaotic and distorted shapes. And we need to understand that. Ashe? You know what? I can just be going on and on and on and on and on. It's a good thing. I really love what I do. It's a good thing. I love what I do. Has this information helped any of y'all? Right? Are y'all minds working? Are y'all minds working? Ashe, infinite gratitude for tapping the screen. Are we working? Are we elevating? Right? Are we ascending? Ashe, right? Language affects your neurological system, your neural networks, your neural pathways. Language affects your energy. Language affects you spiritually. So the best thing you can do is be cognizant. The best thing you can do is be aware. The best thing you can do is be intentional about what you're not only thinking, but what you're speaking. And also what others are speaking around you. Because that also influences and helps to shape what you experience, right? This is why I will return somebody to sender quick. One of my aunts called me the other day, and she didn't understand the time difference because I'm in Thailand. I'm 11 hours ahead of where she's at. And she found out through other family members that I just moved to Thailand, right? And it was early in the rising, not early in the morning, my loves. I wasn't morning, it was early in the rising, right? And so I was in a process of setting my intentions for my day to get started, because that's what I do. Is a lot of things that I do are ritualistic mastery practices, right? She began to say, hey, Venus, Uncle Joseph told me you moved to Thailand, and I want you to be careful. And then because of this, I said, with all due respect, Auntie, I don't want to hear that. I won't hear that. It's not that I can. See, I'm not that. I'm so disciplined. I'm so authoritative. I'm so commanding. I'm so me that it didn't matter if she was my auntie. I don't want that shit in my subconscious. I don't want that shit in my body. I don't want that shit in my aura. I don't want that shit in my vortex. Keep that shit to yourself. So I immediately cut it off. You won't finish. You will not finish. I'm quick to be like, return to sender. Now, if I respect you, that's what you'll get. But if I don't have no respect for you, you get a whole nother response from me. This is how intentional you have to be also, because a lot of people are very ignorant and they'll come pushing a negative shit in your database, in your heart, in your spirit, and now you have to work overtime to clear that shit out, as if you don't already have to clear things out. Don't add to my list of chores of clearing. Don't add. I said, Auntie, with all due respect, I love you, but I got this. I'm sure she thought what she was saying was out of love. It's a good example. Do you understand what I say when I say it doesn't matter whether someone know it or not, whether you know it or not? It doesn't matter what the person's intentions are. It doesn't matter what their interpretations are. What matters is the law of cause and effect. What matters is the law of resonance. What matters is the law of correspondence. What matters is the law of gender, not male or female. What matters, there's a cause to every effect, and there's an effect to every cause, and you will not disrupt my energy or frequency. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I'll cut it quick. That's how firm you have to be with everybody. Everybody in your life. And when I say everybody, put yourself on that list. Because most times you're going to need to stop your own self from fucking your life up. Because a lot of times we self-sabotage unknowingly. So when I say be very firm with people in your life, the way they talk with you, the way they walk with you, the way they, all the things, I want you to be the first one on that list. When you find yourself talking stinking or having stinking thinking, when you find yourself doing anything that is not in alignment with how you want to feel, with what you want to experience, I want you to take notice real quick, and I want you to autocorrect. Just like AI autocorrects us when we type it. That's why a lot of us don't know how to spell the way we used to, me included. Too much fucking autocorrect. All right, I take that back. We know how to spell. See, when you know what you know, when you embody self-mastery, there's certain things that you can do that others cannot, because it affects them differently. The storms that you can navigate through with ease, others may not be able to do it yet. So be mindful. Make sure you're on that list, because a lot of our internal dialogues, a lot of our conversations, we self-sabotage the very same things what we want. And then we want somebody to absorb all of our mess, right? I'm a different type of mentor, right? When I speak to my mentors and I'm getting to the core of what they want, only give me specifics that I asked for from your past, so I can formulate a tailor-made plan for you. I don't want to hear your whole story, baby. And you should be very mindful of people that trauma dump on you, baby, because that says a lot about you than it says about them if you allow that. Okay? Stop doing that, because remember, what you consume, you become. It also shapes you. Now, I'm not saying be harsh. I'm not saying be disrespectful. I'm not saying to be disingenuous. What I am saying is that because you know what you know and you cannot unlearn what I just taught you, you need to be mindful, and you don't need to be a mouse. Stand up for yourself. Stop being passive. If someone is offended by your assertion, you being assertive, so be it. Tell them to go walk on the sand. Tell them to go walk anywhere outside of walking near you. Sunshine, how are you, my love? Start protecting yourself. Start protecting your mind. Stop listening to people's bullshit just because they're my friend, they're my family. Stop people pleasing. People pleasers are the most insecure people on the planet. And I say that because it is the truth. Insecure people are the most weakest people. They will allow anything and everything to happen to them Also, they can see another person smile because they don't give a fuck about them smiling. You won't, not over here. You can call it what you call it. That don't bother me because I don't take people's words personally. That sounds like a you problem. Okay? Sometimes people will love you until you reflect righteousness back to them, until you reflect assertiveness back to them, till you reflect authority back to them. Like you don't do that. Don't do that over here. We're not people pleasers. We will engage with you. We will laugh with you. We will joke with you. We will cry with you. But please, whatever you decide to do, don't get it effed up. Because you will get a different version of Venus that will change your whole soul's existence. Don't do it. Okay? Love and light don't mean stupid. Peace don't mean people pleasing. Love don't mean ignorance. We need to know these things, my loves. Okay? All right. It is 10:41. Oh, 9, 10, 11. Oh, goodness. I've been on here. I said I was going to only spend 60 minutes, but I went past. So anyway, my loves, I am so grateful. Infinite gratitude for my family on YT, for my family on FB. Infinite gratitude for my family on TikTok, as always. I love you and I mean it. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the taps. Thank you for sharing your beautiful energy with me. Thank you for that. I am honored that you choose me every time you do choose me to be a part of your journey, to be a part of your elevation. Now, there's no reason why a lot of you isn't inside my community. Okay? I am waiting to welcome you. Okay? So if you are ready to take it to the next level, if you are ready to finally ascend in consciousness, evolve instead of devolve, if you're ready to just take life to the next level, if you're ready to find out what mastery is, all about how you create your desired experiences, create your desired reality, I am here welcoming you with open arms. Right now it is half price. Okay, it is an investment. I want us to stop getting so freaky and skittish when we talk about money. How can you want money and you're afraid to have money conversations? Ashe? How can we want different streams of income and we don't like having money conversations? There must be an exchange of value. And so I didn't slice the price in half because I'm not worthy. I didn't slice the price in half because I'm not an expert. I didn't slice the price in half because it's not value. I don't do that. I do what I do because I genuinely love me and you are me. I genuinely want to help, but I'm not stupid and I don't teach you how to be stupid. Do you understand what I'm saying? There must be an exchange of value and we have to get comfortable with money, because if you're not comfortable with money, money isn't going to be comfortable with you. Okay, so somebody needed to hear that. Somebody needed to hear that. There you go. Okay, I didn't get to the financial freedom that I have right now by being scared of money, being scared to spend money, being scared to talk about money. It's value. People invest in what they value, and if you're the type of person that don't value you, that is on you. But for those of you who value you, for those of you who understand that there's no such thing as happenstance, coincidence, or luck, you understand that you said it's time for me to elevate. You understand that you aligned yourself with me and I aligned myself with you for a time such as this. Okay? And I am always going to over deliver. Over deliver. Okay. Hi, Riri. How are you, my love? So I will honor as long as I'm here for the next 5 minutes, telling you how grateful I am. If you are interested, click the link in my bio and go sign up for the Creating Your Desired Reality Master Program, which is going to give you lifetime access to the community, where you get personal access to me. You get to DM me. I get to walk with you hand in hand on this journey. And there are no hidden fees with anything. This ain't that. This is an opportunity for you to be mentored, educated, and taught by someone who is an expert in self-mastery. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? And one day a lot of y'all are in business for yourself. A lot of y'all want to create different streams of income. Well, here's the opportunity, right? Be aware and acknowledge when opportunities come to you, because they are not going to come to you all day, every day. They're talking about aren't they talking about banning TikTok again for good this time? We don't know it's always good for you to connect, take action, be affirmative, be intentional about what you're doing. Okay, Richard, I'll look out for the message. Infinite gratitude. Thank you, Abstract Mind. So I love what I do. And I'm really a lot goes into me coming before you teaching. I put a lot into what I do. And I don't complain, bitch, moan about it, because I'm passionate about what I do. Right? Y'all see this. Hold on, let me show y'all the systems. Okay. Can y'all see that? Say hey, YT family. That's the other platforms that I'm streaming on. I got there's a lot of things going. A lot goes into what I do. And it's also I want to always make sure that I am giving value, because that's what I manifested, right? I don't want nothing from nothing. I'm not that type of person. What I do and what I command, I give value in exchange. And this is what I teach you. These are the principles that I teach you. Don't adopt that mindset. Can I get a discount? Can I get a low? Can I get a free 99? Baby, that's why people broke now. Having that same foolish mindset. Money is currency. I actually have a master class that I'm going to be teaching inside the community. I'm going to be, that's going to be a powerful master class. But there are certain master classes that's preserved for the people who invested themselves. So some things have to be exclusive. There's a lot of things that I don't teach publicly, right? Some of the things I teach are exclusive to the members in the community. Okay. Some things have to be exclusive. Okay. Because y'all deserve that. If you've chosen me to be a part of your life, to be a part of your elevation and your ascension, you deserve that. Navarro says, I love you. I'm glad I caught the live. I always miss it. Then the most frustrating about it. So I'm very happy to see you, hear you, and learn from you. Thank you much for coming on. Infinite gratitude, Navarro. I really got excited when I seen your name. I really did. And that says a lot about your energy, right? We don't have to meet people in person to understand energy. Once you start tapping into your intuition, once you start tapping into your power, once you start learning self-mastery, you don't need to be physically in the presence of people. You start to do a quick reading on people. This is why many times if you go in a room, you can immediately sense that somebody has a very dark energy about them, or if somebody have a very light energy about them. I done walked in places and people have said, you know what, you seem so happy, you seem so bright, you just have like this aura. My response is always Ashe. But it's not new. I understand. I am self-mastery. I embody these practices. It's not just a day or two. So infinite gratitude for all the taps, infinite gratitude for all the likes, infinite gratitude for you sharing your beautiful energy with me, because this is why I show up. This is why I show up. Well, I show up for me. Okay, because what I give is what I get. Okay, magnificent. How are you, my love? So infinite gratitude for all of you who have showed up in FB land, YouTube land, infinite gratitude for all of my TikTok. If you are in the process of getting into the community, all things community, I will keep it up for about 5 minutes after, then it's going back up to full price. So, and like always, if you ever have any questions, please feel free to DM me. And just wait and just expect a 24, at least a 24-hour turnaround, because I am in Thailand and I am 11 hours ahead, 9 to 11 hours ahead of most of you. Okay. So if you still want to take advantage of the discount, I'll just leave that link up for about 10 minutes or 15 minutes after I complete the live, just to give some of you an opportunity to take advantage of that. Okay. But until next time, I will see you again for another All Things Mastery broadcast. For those of you who don't know, who are just coming in, my name is Venus Scott. Hi, welcome, peace, enlightenment, and sovereignty, and unstoppable power to you. I am a self-mastery, an expert self-mastery educator and mentor. I've been teaching for the better part of 15 plus years. I am also a best-selling self-published author, 4 books. The fifth book I created was a curriculum. I also create curriculums, mainly for myself and for a couple of other mentees that I have that do the same thing that I do. And I am also an Army veteran, served for 5 years with a 12-month tour in Afghanistan. I know a lot, have a lot of accolades and all that, but I don't really lead with all of those. So it is my pleasure to virtually meet those of you who are new. If you are not support following, I don't even like that word. If you are not support following, please make sure you do, so you don't miss an opportunity to elevate, to master self, therefore mastering your reality. So until next time, love you always.